All right, let's look at homework number 2, problem number 2. All right, so we want to create this picture right here. All right, so let's do that. All right, first we're gonna try to create this a blue grid. All right, so that we know how to do, right? So go here. All right, so first you have to create the environment. So we say backslash tikzpicture. All right, and the end tikzpicture. All right, say we say backslash draw, and then we want it to be blue, so we say blue inside the bracket. Then we're gonna say -5 to comma -5 to 5 comma 5, say. Right, then do that. All right, so we have this grid right there. All right, if this is too big, we can always rescale it by doing this. We say, right after tikzpicture, in the square bracket, we say scale is equal to, say, 0.7 or something like that. So it's going to look like this, right? If this is still too big, we change even smaller number. Let's try it, 0.5. So half of this original size. Right, so we're going to get that. All right, so that's good. All right, then we're going to add the x-axis and the y-axis. So we can do that. So let's see what it looks like. So it looks like that. So we can make it a little bit thicker. So let's see, we can say draw. Oops. Draw. Right. Then we still want it to be blue. And we say ultra thick. So that's the thickness. Then you want to go from so -5 comma 0 to +5 comma 0. So that will be the x-axis, and we want it to be an arrow. So what you do is a negative sign with the greater than will make an arrow. So let's look at that. All right, so you can see that this is the x-axis. So we can do the same to create the y-axis. Oops. All right, so not this one. Now we're going to create the y-axis. That's right here. All right. So right under here we say draw, and then right arrow, and exactly the same blue, and also ultra thick. Right. But here we have to go from 0 comma -5 to 0 comma +5. Right, then compile that. All right, then it's gonna look like this. All right, so we have that. Then we want to put let's say 0 and x, y. So we say we use node. All right, so we say node. And then the origin, so I'm gonna a little bit to the left and below. So I say below left, right, at the origin. So it's a 0 comma 0. Then we want to put a 0 there. Oops. Right, 0. Right. Then there's a label for the origin. Right, got that. Then we can put the x and the y. So we say node in the x-axis, so to the right of, so coordinate there is 5 comma 0. Then you put x there. Label for y-axis, we can just say above at 0, 5. Then we put the y there. Okay, then it's going to look like this. All right, looks pretty good. All right, then let's do pieces here. All right, so we can see that here, this is a straight line. So going from, let's say, -5, 1 to 2, 4. So let's just draw a straight line. All right, so a straight line is not too difficult, right? We know how to do it. Draw. All right, then maybe this is ultra. Maybe we can do, how about this? Ultra thick again. All right, then we don't have that. We want a black color. So this goes from -5, 1 to 2, 4. All right, then it's going to look like this. All right, whoops, I get the, oh, actually, it was -2, so let's double check. All right, it's -2, 4. I put the +2, so that's why it looks different. So this should have been -2, 4. So let's take a look. All right, so it looks like that. All right, now we want to draw this parabola. Let's see. All right, so this is just a part of the parabola, y equals x squared. So we can sketch that by doing this. LaTeX can do a little bit of graph sketching. So if it's too complicated, it might not be able to handle it. But we can say, all right, so ultra thick, just like before. Then what we say is we need to say domain. Domain is equal to, it's going to -2 to, I think it was 1. Right? Then you say plot. Right? Then first you specify the variable. Variable is x. Then formula is, let's see, you have to put the backslash though. Backslash x, say squared. Right? Then let's take a look, see if it works. Oop, I did something wrong. Let's see, so domain plot. Maybe this was, hold on a sec, I'm gonna fix it. All right, actually, I needed to put the parentheses instead of brackets, so this is a parenthesis. All right, so hopefully this will fix it. All right, so you can see that this is a picture right here. All right, then we have one more piece that we need to do. So that's going to be, all right, last piece. So this graph looks like maybe -1/x, going from 1 to 5. So let's try that first and see if it looks okay. So we say draw. All right, so this is going to be an arrow. Then you say ultra thick, and the domain is 1 to 5. Then we want to plot, and the variable is x, and let's try 1/x. All right, let's see if it looks okay. All right, so it's gonna look like this. Right. So actually, I forgot to put the negative sign, so that's why it's gonna be, it's on the other side. So I'm gonna just say I put a negative sign here. Right. Then it's gonna look like this. Right. All right, so it's not quite right because if you look at it, it actually starts from -3 instead of -1. So I'm going to actually do an change the formula. I'm going to just, instead of -1, I'm going to just put -3 there, right? Then you will have a graph which looks like that. So that looks pretty good. All right, so the next step would be we need to put the solid dots and the open dots. All right, so let's put the solid dot. So it's going to be -2 comma -1 and a +1 comma +1. We need the solid dot there. All right, so let's put that. All right, so there's going to be another draw. All right, so we say draw. Right, then you put the position, so it's going to be a -2 comma -1 and a circle, so circ, and the radius is 0.3 maybe or something like that, and then we have to fill inside, so we say fill. Then it's going to look like this. Oop, actually I messed it up. I have to fix that. Alright, instead of circ, I had to put the circle. So let's put that in. Let's see. Whoop, here, circle. LE. Alright, so let's look at this. Right, so we have a circle there, right? And then we have to put another one here, so to make it look like this. So let's do that. So I just have to do the same thing at the 1 comma 1. So I'm going to just take this and Control C, and then I'll put this guy right here, and then just put the location 1 comma 1, right? Then compile. All right, so we got those two. All right, then the next step would be we have to put the open dot, which looks like this. All right, so open dot here. All right, so what we want to do is this. We want to draw a circle, then fill it with the white. All right, so that it looks like an open circle. All right, so let's do that. All right, so the location is, oh, I forgot the location. So first one is -2 comma 4 and a 1 comma -3. All right, so let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna just use this and copy that. So fill, when I fill equals white, then we want to say maybe thick, and then it's going to be -2 comma 4, and then compile, and then you see open circle there, right? So you can see that there's an open circle, right? If you want to, maybe I did I don't know, it looks a little bit thicker there, so instead of maybe very thick, might look a little bit better. Right, so we have that. Then I have to put the open dot here too. So let's do that. It's -1 comma -3. So exactly the same thing. So I'm just gonna copy and paste, and then just to change the location. So it's gonna be 1 comma -3. Right, then you have another open circle. All right, and let's see, it's going to look like this. All right, so last thing is that I think we have to put a label y equals f of x. And you notice that there's a white background so that you don't have the grid interfering with the label here. So there's a way to do that. So I'll show you how to do it. Right, so we're gonna put somewhere around here. So maybe I'm gonna say 2.5 comma 3 or something like that. So we say node. All right, then so at maybe 2.5 comma 3, right? Then we say, so if I do y equals f of x, just that, then it's going to look like this, right? Don't forget to put the semicolon. All right, so it's going to look like that. So you can see that the grid is kind of interfering with the label. So what you can do is we can just put something says that the color box, then you specify the color. So I'll say white, and then put the curly bracket around it, right? Then this is going to give you a white background so that the grid doesn't interfere with the labeling, right? So I'm going to just shift all the way to the right. We say right here, right before begin text picture, I'll just say H fill, right? This will push all the way to the right, right? Which is going to look like this, right? That's that, and you can see that this is pretty darn close to what we had before, this one right here, right? All right, that's how you create this diagram here. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.